Hi everyone, my name is Bill Dry. I'm a customer care specialist here at Perficient. I'd like to talk with you today about next-gen customer care capabilities offered by AWS working with Perficient. These customer care capabilities allow you to 1. Detect customer need and intent using AI. 2. Educate your human agents about what customers need so you can give the next best action to that customer, resolving that issue quickly and lowering overall customer care costs. And 3, AI can allow you to predict your customer care staffing so you actually align the needs of your customers with the number of agents you need to provide to serve them and lower your overall customer care throughout the year. Okay, everyone, let's look at our situation. I'd like you to meet Maria. Maria is a small business owner. She's got 2 stores that she's trying to maintain today. One on the north side of town, one on the south. And more importantly, she's trying to merchandise in a new product line and get her staff in both stores up to speed about how to sell it most effectively to her customers and her clientele. And now she's thinking about expanding into another city. So not only does she have to find new properties, new real estate, but she's also got to find a store manager for the store she's trying to open up in that new city. But more importantly, Maria is a working mom, and she's been planning for several weeks a great weekend getaway with her kids and bring everybody together. And with that, they're all excited. It's Saturday morning, they're jumping in the car, they're ready to go. Where are they going? They're headed out to Euphoria Falls amusement park. It's got the latest roller coasters, but more importantly, it's great water rides. And kids love to be splashing around all day. And for Maria, it offers great food and drink. Got some really exciting restaurants she's ready to try. And she's really excited about bringing the whole family there for the amusement park rides and for that food and drink. Now, let's see what happens when Maria gets to the park. As we can see here, she pulls up her app. And she'll notice that, unfortunately, her reservation to Garden Shores has been canceled. She's like, what's going on? So the first thing she does is click on the actual support website within the app. And what she'll see is it'll greet her. And we see already that the app knows that Maria has a canceled reservation. She doesn't even have to ask because the app's tied into the APIs for the reservation system. With that, we can say, okay, let's check about what's going on. And as you can see here, coming back from Amazon Q is our ability to say, oh, we're sorry, that restaurant's undergoing maintenance. So not only are we tied into the reservation system, we're tied into the actual maintenance system as well. So that when issues happen within the actual facilities at the park, restaurants or otherwise, we have the ability to update the app and be able to help Maria straight away. So what do? We're going to look for options for Maria. As you'll see here, we first ask, okay, when can I actually come in and have a new reservation? Maria says between 6:30 and 7:30. The app says, okay, let me see what I can find for you. And within the app today, we now have the ability to directly offer Maria options here. Like you'll see here on the screen, Astro Lander. Not quite the same experience as before, but we still have that character dining that our kids love. And we can go ahead and let Maria have options here because the app can give her a choice. And we can also browse in based on her previous looking at our websites, what she actually wants most, and use that browsing that she's done to now browse to her different options for restaurants. I could offer 3 or 4 restaurants here. All those things are possibilities. Let's continue to watch what happens. Now, as you'll see, Maria go ahead and selects Astro Lander. With selecting that, we can compliment her on her choice and go ahead and set the reservation to 6:30. So no change in time and everything is going as expected. Now, notice again here that Maria is a bit frustrated. She said everything was going great. This kind of put a damper on the day. She had this reservation planned in advance, and she liked Astro Lander, but it's not quite the same. So with that, the AI can know, hey, we need to get somebody involved who can diffuse the situation. She needs to speak to a live agent and see if we can make her delighted with Euphoria Falls. So what's going to happen here is we're going to have the actual app use the capabilities of Amazon Connect to find an agent that can help her. Pretty soon, we're going to bring in a live person to say, oh, we can go ahead and help Maria. In this case, as you'll see, John has joined the chat. Now, John is going to be given options based on what the AI has interpreted. What you're seeing here now is basically John's view of the interaction to date. We've got over on the far left, the live chat with Maria. In the middle there, we have everything that we know about Maria, but more importantly, up top, we have the ability to say, oh, John, here's a summary of the interaction thus far. So John can be educated as he speaks to Maria. And that way, he can give her responses in context and help her straight away without asking her a bunch of questions. We've got the customer overview. And now as the chat progresses on the left, what you see on the right is Amazon Q is interpreting that intent and that live conversation and will offer John suggestions. So John's going to go through the process of saying, oh, Maria, we need to really rectify this day for you. Let me see what else we can do. And because of that, John's got the ability to, through Amazon Q's prompting, offer her a VIP experience. And then magically will then pull up in the middle the VIP experiences that John can offer her. And because Maria's family's been using the Euphoria Falls app and using the website, customer data will allow us to then select a VIP experience and recommendation for Maria that really aligns to her family's needs and really brightens this day for everyone, including John. In this case, we know they all love fireworks and they love dessert. What kid doesn't love dessert? So we can now offer that to Maria and really set this interaction back on course and not only leave Maria satisfied, but now delighted. So it's truly Euphoria Falls. Let's continue to watch. So as John on the left there in the chat offer her that VIP fireworks experience, Maria comes back, wow, she didn't expect this. So you really do get that delight. And you can use that by interpreting customer data and making recommendations using AI. We can book it here, confirm that booking with Maria, and then let her continue on with her day and really make sure that the rest of the day at Euphoria Falls is as great as expected. Now, what you see here is basically the supervisor view of what's going on. So you've got a whole management team at Euphoria Falls. You got John's managers. You've got the overall executive team. They can actually log in and see what's going on with customer service for Euphoria Falls. What you'll see here is that we see reservation inquiries are going up. Questions about reservations, just like the one we saw with Maria about that particular restaurant having an unexpected closure. We see that's going up 40%, 7% of contacts, but those contacts are starting to increase. That way the management team can know I need to redirect some of my human agents to really focus on not only solving reservation problems, but coming in with additional experiences like that fireworks experience to make sure all the customers in the park are happy and enjoying the day. So as we roll through this, we're going to see other capabilities from a management perspective that we're able to offer the team to keep Euphoria Falls and any customer who's using Amazon Connect well abreast of what's going on. In this case, we're looking at the overall contacts. I mean, any interaction we have with a customer, how is this actually working out for John relative to the overall team? We can see that the number of contacts handled has skyrocketed. Parks coming into season, lots of people are coming in, so it's expected that issues would continue to increase. That can also be an opportunity for us to start to push more capabilities to AI. Maybe let the AI able to offer all of those unexpected experiences, like the VIP fireworks experience. We can shift that from John to the AI as you're comfortable with that as an operator. Or you can keep things in the agent's purview and let the agent offer these experiences. It's really up to you, but the flexibility is there with AWS and Perficient. You'll also see here we can track on the average handle time and the average queue time to look at how long it's taking to answer the actual inquiries that are coming in from customers. And as you see on the bottom here, the contacts handled, as you expect, contacts handled tend to trail off as you go through the day toward the very end of the day, but spike up just after lunch when people are getting ready for their next evening experience at the park, whether it be fireworks or otherwise. But we can also look at overall sentiment, judged by humans interacting with the AI and humans interacting with the actual live agents, and see that it is trending upward throughout the day. That can give the management team as well as individual agents reinforcement about how well they're doing. And if it was trending the other way, you could then look at, okay, what are the areas where we're starting to get negative? And how do I need to either bring in more staff or give them more tools and more knowledge bases to be able to solve those problems immediately? You can take action with this data. You don't have to wait for days later. This data is real time. So you can take action and make your customers delighted today instead of having to wait and follow up with them at some time in the future. So let's continue on with the actual view of the actual agent tools and the management tools to see what can happen next. In this case, we're going to look at an overall dashboard to see how well the actual agents are doing when it comes to live interactions with customers. On the left here, we can see agent performance for the experience recovery group. And in this view, we can see how well those agents are actually performing against the standard and against the overall population of agents that are working at Euphoria Falls throughout the various interactions it has with customers. We can get performance on individual agents down below. And what I love about this is we can dig into explicit conversations. And as you'll see here, on the right side, we've got the ability to evaluate every agent conversation using AI. And you can do this automatically. In the past, if you had to have manual review of conversations, many organizations only got to 3% of actual conversations that were reviewed because they had to have a human supervisor actually do that review or a team lead. In this case, you can actually create a script about how that conversation should actually transpire, whether it's recovering from a dinner reservation or helping a customer find the next best ride to go and stand in line and get ready to enjoy. All of those interactions can be scripted for your agents, and then you can evaluate how well your agents are actually performing against the script. In this case, we'll see that this evaluation score for this agent on this interaction was 100%. And we can look at even simple things like question 1 here. Did the agent properly identify themselves and greet the customer? So we can actually look at that on chat as well as voice and decide, was that greeting satisfactory? And you can put in the parameters for not only the greeting, but the actual discovery of the problem and the actual delivery of the resolution to make sure it aligns to your expectations. As this continues, we'll now see that we can look at trends here, evaluation scores overall customer sentiment. And with this now, if we want to dig in, we're now able to actually dig into an individual call and call transcript, in this case, an audio call, to listen to what transpired, turn by turn, start to finish. It can even put in these emojis to tell us, was the customer happy and delighted? Were they somewhat sad? Or were they indifferent about what was being said by the agent? You can actually look at this and see how it transpires through the call and interaction, and then compare that to the overall sentiment and trend. So if you need to pull out certain areas, or in this case, John, our customer service agent, wants to be able to better help customers. If John was stumbled a bit and could not answer the customer's question, it may be a training opportunity for John, or it could be an issue that we need to provide John with more additional next best actions and increase the knowledge base that AI has access to make better recommendations to John. All of that can be detected from these transcripts and looking at positive sentiment from the customer, indifferent sentiment, and negative sentiment to say, oh, let's take action here and make the next interaction even better. All right, now let's look at how do we actually staff our overall customer care team. In this case, here at Euphoria Falls. What you're seeing here is forecasted scheduling. This allows us to look at all of our interactions over time, or as one large time series, to say, here are the spikes throughout the day where we need more agents, and here are the times of the day where you can let agents do other activities, whether that be training, taking breaks, or taking time to reflect on all the interactions they've had throughout the day and really start to look at areas where they can improve the customer service they deliver themselves. This is going to say down the bottom that I've got all these interactions that need to be scheduled. Well, how do I do that? Well, in this view, what you can see here is that down the bottom, we see the number of agents that are available and the number of agents required here in this middle section. It's also going to show us and point out gaps if we're over or understaffed. So as you can see here on these first 3 weeks that are coming up, we've got an understaffing situation by 5%. The overall tool in Amazon Connect allows us to look at previous interaction volumes and then project based on looking at last year's results and even comparing multiple years of results and interaction data to say, do we need to trend upward in terms of having additional agents on queue? Or can we pull back and have less agents on queue at certain times of the year, or in this case, certain times of the week? And as you can see in this last week here, in May 6th through May 12th, we're now able to say, oh, we got 10% too many agents on staff. We can let them either take time off or focus on other areas outside day-to-day case handling to get ready for serving the actual customer base of Euphoria Falls going into the summer months. So pull back on staffing now, get them ready and prepared to serve more customers going into June, July, and August. Okay, now let's dig into an individual week of staffing and see how well we're covered. In the view you see on screen here, I've got all of my team members laid out. Everything from Arvin all the way down to John. I can see how everybody's going to work throughout the day, taking team meetings, lunches, and breaks, and make sure we're covered. Looking up above, I've got a quick top-of-mind view here. The boxes in pink indicate I might have a staffing gap, where the boxes in blue indicate I've got too many people on shift. So as an individual team supervisor, I can go in and change not only my morning team, but also my afternoon team, change their breaks, change their team meeting schedule, and change their training schedule to better cover throughout the day. And I could do this in real time to say, okay, I need to bring people in and then move them around and shift the team meeting to a bit later in the day so that we can make sure lunchtime as well as the 7 p.m. dinner slots actually cover. And that way, pulling back on training at the dinner time and shifting more people to on shift during the typical lunchtime rush here at Euphoria Falls. So what you've seen here is the ability to not only handle customer issues as they're actually transpiring through the day, with team members like John coming in, getting a handoff from AI, and then knowing exactly how to come in based on AI's tips to John and say, here's the best experience to solve Maria's problem, but also every customer problem who gets escalated to a human here at Euphoria. But as a supervisor, you can see how well we're actually responding to customer needs. And then finally, as I just shown here, you can actually look at staffing and see where I need to bring staffing in throughout the day to solve problems and meet the needs of my customers who are actually mingling about Euphoria Falls rising attractions, so that not only are my staff actually getting what they need for training and breaks, but all the customers are getting their needs met as well. This one tool, Amazon Connect, working with Amazon Lex and Perficient, allows you to delight your customers, get ready to fulfill their needs, educate your agents about what's going to be the next best action to take to solve that problem for that customer, and then schedule your agents throughout the month, the day, and even down to the hour to make sure you got the staff on shift and ready to be able to solve customer problems and delight everyone who actually interacts with your business at the amusement park or otherwise. Again, my name is Bill Dry. I'm a customer care specialist here at Perficient, and I thank you for taking time to watch this video, see the demonstration, and learn about how Amazon Connect and Perficient's integration capabilities can solve your customer care challenges and reduce the overall time to service a customer, give them delighted expectations, and reduce the overall cost per interaction to say, yes, I can meet customer needs and I can do it at cost lower than I was expecting. Thank you very much.